Good morning. How are you? It really is a beautiful day today. And so I'm beginning to think maybe we're going to have spring after all. And we'll see how long that lasts. We had visitors this morning, the two young ladies who saved the piglets, or I should say, they brought them to our attention, and then we spent some time, saving them. They were rugged, and they responded to food and TLC. So we put up a little video of it because we've been asked a lot about how did our two rescues go for our two pigs. So if you're interested, take a look at it. Today's a nice day, not just in terms of the weather. It's also a nice day in terms of the Senate. Now, the Senate worked right through on the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, and it had some difficulty with the moderates in its own caucus, and they passed the bill sometime today by one vote. And so that's what we expected. Interesting that Manchin, the senator from West Virginia, is kind of a sticking point on all of this. It's interesting. On the one hand, he, notwithstanding what the parliamentarian says, opposes a minimum wage. On the other hand, he wanted to reduce the amount of unemployment paid to unemployed workers. It was $400 in the House version of the bill, and he wanted and got $300 in the Senate version. And that'll be a subject of some argument when they go to conference, that is, the House and the Senate sit down and reconcile the two bills for final passage. The thing about Manchin is he doesn't know what he is. Apparently, on the question of unemployment, he supported a bill proposed by the Republicans and one proposed by the Democrats. And some people logically asked, how's he going to do that? And it feels like a political solution, doesn't it? I'm on all sides of the issue. So if you campaign for office, you can say, I voted for this. I also voted for that. But you only mention one thing to one audience and another thing to another audience. Manchin has always struck me as a transactional politician and manipulator and owned by business. Now, West Virginia and coal is a good indication. For years, I've spent time trying to keep abreast of questions about clean air and clean water and different environmental issues. And I went to several fora in West Virginia at which Manchin spoke. And this is the way these guys cheat. They cheat this way. They say, we are, topic sentence, for clean air or clean water, or you name your environmental issue. And then somewhere buried down in their conversation, they'll say, of course, it has to be affordable or reasonable or whatever, meaning that the burden of a compromise of an environmental concern is borne by the individual person's health on the job or in the community. So they will accept a certain amount of pollution in water or air because it's diseconomic to keep it clean. And then they come up with things that Democrats and Republicans both embrace as if it's true. You know, clean coal, really. Okay, that's like an honest Hawley, right? Or a liberal Cruz. These contradictions in terms do not exist. So the way I read Manchin is he doesn't, on the one hand, want to get you above, say it's $7.25, the minimum wage for a 40-hour work week. And so what is that, $290. So he doesn't want to get you to $290. But then when it comes up to the unemployment issue, Jesus, he doesn't want you to get $290 for a minimum wage. He doesn't want you to be getting more money from unemployment. So he's against the $400. And what do the Republicans say about that? What is their policy? Their policy is, we want you to work. We want you to work for less. We don't want to burden the employer with paying you a fair and reasonable wage or salary. So there it is. So he will do whatever he can to diminish the amount of money a worker gets, expecting them to produce as much as possible to make profitable the businesses but on the backs of the employees and at the risk of the public when it's an environmental or other concern. This is what we're dealing with on the Hill. The bottom line, I suppose, is we should celebrate our victories because the Senate has passed the bill and now it will go to the House. Another bulletin, another story about the investigation of the insurrection and coup is it appears that they have found some connection between the White House and these terrorist groups. Also, they have found a connection between Stone and these groups. How good, how bad, I don't know. But it is looking at this high-tech information, cell tower information, these packets of information you can get. And I'm highly suspicious that to protect themselves, if they want to bring a case, they're getting search warrants in order to look at this material. So it's a good day. There are footnotes to it, but overall, it's a victory. And just think of it this way. What kind of a world are we in now as compared to the world we would have had to live in had we lost those 2 Georgia seats? So we're making the best of a difficult situation, and we're doing pretty well by it, because whatever we get is better than 0 or -0 that we would have gotten if McConnell was still blocking every worthwhile piece of legislation in the Senate. So have a good day. Get out. Hope it's nice where you are. Bye-bye.